And now we will say cheer in Vietnam, right? Một hai ba yo. Một hai ba yo. Hai ba yo yo yo. Hai ba yo yo yo. Hai ba Hai ba
So I haven't updated this in a while, my bad. Since I last talked to you, I think we were in Ho Chi Minh City. We took a night train from Ho Chi Minh City up to Nha Trang, and then we took another night train from Nha Trang to Hoi An today. My first experience was definitely worse being on the top bunk. It was super hot. The AC isn't like super consistent. Like it definitely works if you're on the bottom bunk, but the air like doesn't reach the top bunk for some reason. He switched it on the way here, so I got the bottom bunk and it was way better. Not the cleanest, but good enough for a night, I guess. In Ho Chi Minh City, we had the option to go to the Chu Chi tunnels, or however you say it, and I decided not to because it was a 2-hour drive there and a 2-hour drive back, and we only had one day in Ho Chi Minh. So we went to the Cafe Apartments and then walked around for a while and went to some markets before getting on the night train that night. In Nha Trang, we had the option to do mud baths and like a spa day, and that was okay. The guide was really annoying, honestly, and she wouldn't leave us alone and was insisting on taking pictures and videos of us like constantly the whole 3 hours we were there. So that wasn't great, but if it's a cold day, it's definitely super nice. There's like a ton of hot pools and jacuzzis, which would have been super relaxing if she wasn't interrupting us. We also had the option to go snorkeling. We unfortunately got super cold weather, but it was beautiful. It was really, really choppy when we went, unfortunately, so it wasn't the best conditions, but the site itself was really nice. And the night train here wasn't too bad. I was on the bottom bunk and it was much better, but it was another 10 or 11 hour ride. And then we just checked in today. Today is New Year's Eve of Lunar New Year, so it was a very busy day in Hoi An. We had an orientation walk as soon as we got in, around like 7-ish, because our train was delayed, and then it was like at least a half hour from the train station to Hoi An. We did our orientation walk and then did a bunch of shopping. I bought way too many things. I got a fake North Face pucker for like $40. I got this green skirt, maxi skirt, which was like $12 or something. And then we all got clothes made. We went to Two Sisters Tailor because the one they brought us to is super expensive. But because of the new year, the other ones we would have gone to were closed. But this one was really good. I got 2 midi skirts made for like $80. So that's really cheap, honestly. But we did a bike tour today and it was really long. It was like 5 hours. And honestly, it's cold here, so it was really cold. But now we're gonna get ready for the new year. There's gonna be fireworks at midnight, so got a coffee to rally for the rest of the night. But that's pretty much all we're doing. there, maybe I